fucking
right?
Yeah. That was chill. That was not bad.
Good?
Yeah, no, that was not.
What's up, this is Alex Willms. We're here at Carmel Valley Park. We're gonna be pulling some cards today. Dealer's choice. First time skating Carmel Valley Park. It was the first time I'd ever been to any skate park. I'd probably only been skating for like 3 months or so. Tony Hawk is just skating the bowl, still learning how skateboarding works. So I was like, is this how it is in San Diego? Like you just go to a skate park and Tony Hawk is there. Got the autograph, met him and shit. It's cool. My favorite thing to skate at Carmel Valley Park is easily the bump to ledge or this curb here in the parking lot. It's a really steep bump, so it shoots you up really high. And then the ledge itself is a little bit tall and just really short. You only really kind of kiss it. You just kind of touch it for a second and then that's all you really get. But we've adapted to it and people have put a real hurting on it and it feels good to skate it always. I think they built the park November 2008, so I started skating December 2008, yeah, just a couple months after. You had to pay and everything. They pretty much gave up on that after like 2 or 3 months. There's a lot of top CV lokes, so I'll name a few. Wes is obvious. He's been the hometown hero forever. And there's been other dudes like Jarrett Toomey, Graham Siggins, Danny Moretz. They made a full length called Dilf Spice back in the day, and good music, good skating, really cool homie video, so check that out. The gnarliest thing probably done here was Zane Timpson. He just straight ollied off of the roof into the bank. Other people have done other shit on it. People have bonelessed it, early grab, stuff like that, but he just straight ollied it, which is fucking crazy. Standing up there, it just looks like it's dropping off a cliff. Spots around here, the Carmel Valley Rec Center. That was basically the skate park before the skate park was built. There's the Carmel Creek 8 stair, which was kind of the staple, where we would just kind of learn tricks on the 5 stair and then head over there and throw ourselves down that. Obviously, you can't forget Torrey Pines High School. That was where we all went to high school. There's so many spots there, so much history. Ledges, manual pads, 14 and 21 stairs in the parking lot. First time meeting Rhino, that was at Patrick Henry in 2016. Me and my friend Jesse were working on a video part. I was gonna try my last trick there. There's a lot of pressure just seeing Rhino roll up. He's obviously the coolest dude ever, but still just like in your mind. But it also helped me just kind of get the motivation to try the trick. The trick was a back Smith. I think it was probably 4 or 5 tries. I had all my friends there. My friend Isaac was filming VX, Jesse, Rhino was shooting, all the local skate shop homies. So it was a really good crew and ended up working out. So that was when I met Rhino. A couple years later, I ended up starting to get some SK8MAFIA boards. Growing up in San Diego, you just kind of run into SK8MAFIA. They're always around, just at random spots, random skate parks. I knew all those guys, I didn't know them well. I came out with a Thrasher part, just trying to collect more and more footage as time went on. And then Jesse started talking to Dan from SK8MAFIA. Ended up getting the first box and started jumping in the van with them. It's like the mellowest crew, just like very family oriented and very chill, so. It was cool having them take me under their wing. Just through getting on SK8MAFIA and just skating with Rhino more, we started working on a lunatic fringe. That's when everything kind of fell into place. NBD, Bronson, OJ, Mob, all that stuff. One of the things that I was really stoked to get was the Bennett grind on the Mirlands Rail. That was really just kind of a spur of the moment thing. The week before that, I skated a contest. I sprained my toe, so I really only just waited a week before skating again. I get a call from Braden Hoban. He'd been wanting to kickflip back lip the Mirlands Rail for a while. I didn't know he was gonna go try it that day. Yeah, I just did a bunch of kickflip back lips at the skate park. I'm going to Mirlands right now. Rhino's on his way. Jesse is on his way. Like, do you want me to pick you up? And I was like, yeah, sure. Like, let me just throw my shit together. My toe's fucked up, so I just gotta chill. We get there and he just starts rifling off all the stock tricks. And it just looks so fun. Like, he's just like killing it. I was just like, I'm just gonna front board it, like just front board. Front board turned into front board fakie. By the time I'm trying the front board fakie, he's already landed the kickflip back lip second try. You know, obviously when you're skating something with one of your friends, it's way easier to open the door for you to try something. It also kind of felt like the right time because I was doing a bunch of Bennett grinds the previous day. I was like, all right, I'll just try and see where it takes me, give it a shot. The first attempt was just really shitty.
Can you hear? Can you hear?
I locked into it, but it just stopped. It didn't go anywhere, it just didn't move. And then I just fell down the rest of the set. Re-sprained my toe and then sprained the heel on my other foot. So both my feet were just really fucked up. So I just kind of ran back up there and kept trying it. I was like grinding to the bottom and I just couldn't exit, like I couldn't get off the rail. Isaac was just like, try and wax it, maybe that'll help you out. It was the one after that I waxed it that it ended up working out. That was that. I was doing a lot of switch blunts around the time. I told Jesse and Rhino and all those dudes that I might be down to try it on Patrick Henry eventually, just at some point. And it's like 3 days before and he's like, all right, you ready to do this? And I was just like really pissed off. I just ended up being like, all right, whatever, you know. Tried to do what I could to prepare for it, and then we got there, ended up rolling up a bunch of times, and then as soon as I was getting ready to do it, some guy came out.
You gotta give us 5 minutes, please.
No, I don't have to give you any time. You need to be off campus.
One more.
Yeah, off campus right now.
I think I locked into maybe one of them at that point, and then he was just like closing the gate, so I couldn't do it. Holding fast to kicking us out, so we had to go to a different spot. There was another rail, maybe like 5 minutes down the street. Whatever, we'll just, you know, skate this thing. We found a piece of wood for the stair set behind it to get run up, and then started trying to grind this other rail. Ended up doing that. By that time, it was maybe a couple hours later after we had tried Patrick Henry. So we went back there. We were just chilling on the outskirts of the school, and Rhino's like, let me do a perimeter sweep. He just like drives around the school, checks for anybody, and then he comes back, he's like, all right, we're good. Just kind of continued the session, just kept trying to do it. Hard skating that spot because it goes from blacktop to concrete right before you're popping. The majority is like rough asphalt. Maybe for a few feet it's just like clean concrete, but it's, you know, you transition from the two mediums really quick right as you're popping, and it can kind of sketch you out sometimes. That was like the hardest thing, the hardest mental battle to get through, but as soon as I started putting them in, started locking in, it started to feel okay. I think I messed my ankle up on one of them. A few tries later, ended up rolling away from it. Very scary stuff, but ended up working out. Biggest rail I ever skated, the one on the bridge at City College. We were talking about it for a long time. It was almost just like a running joke. Yeah, the spot's a really high bust. I mean, if you're a San Diego skateboarder, you're going to go to City College at some point. That's kind of how we found the rail in the first place. I'd been there a bunch of times and I'd been kicked out of there a bunch of times. And there was always this one dude, this one bald guy that would kick us out. That first day that we went there, that guy showed up, the fucking sergeant. He kind of sat us all down and kicked us out.
Skateboarders screwed it for me because I like to ride my skateboard. I don't ride my skateboard here because it's illegal. I'm dedicated to solving the problem, and that means I will take it up the chain to the point of impounding camera equipment and writing everybody tickets if I have to.
There was another rail in La Mesa that was kind of similar setup, just double kink, that I wanted to grind. So that was all we kind of had on the board for that day.
Just someone who can make
We went and I got that one. We were just kind of celebrating. There was a big grass field right next to it, so we were just kind of kicking the soccer ball around, having fun and stuff. I just see Jesse, Rhino, Dan, and Alexis just standing in a circle on the edge of the field. They're probably thinking of the next spot. Watch, I know exactly what Jesse's gonna say. You wanna go to City College? They're like, all right, might as well just, check it out, whatever. And we had been there once before that day. We had been there a month before to check it out initially. I drop-in grinded it that day. I'm probably only gonna take it like a third of the way and then just jump off, just to see if this metal grinds. And then I drop in and it just takes me all the way to the end on the first attempt. We ended up getting kicked out that day, and then we came back the day that I had grinded the La Mesa rail. The same exact thing happened. Like, I just put it in drop and grind, was not expecting it to go, and then it took me to the bottom. It made me start to think like, okay, maybe if I ollie onto this, it'll just work. So we just got everything set up really quick. I just started like ollieing next to it, just kind of like touching my trucks on it and then running down the stairs. The try that I committed fully on the first one, same thing as the drop and grind, it just took me all the way to the bottom. I was shocked that it worked that quick. That was probably the biggest one I did.